Hello my beautiful friends, and I'm so glad to see you again. So today we are going to talk about how to propagate rosemary. So this is my rosemary, and I have another one in front of the house, and probably it's around 5 to 6 years. In the beginning I had it in a small pot and I planted it over here when we moved in, but I always propagate my rosemary from this plant or the other one in front of my house, because I know that these plants are frost resistant and I don't have a problem with them in the winter. We had lots of snow over here, we had -10°C and no problem whatsoever with them. Okay, so let's talk about how to propagate rosemary. Well, rosemary, next to the lavender over here, it's probably one of the easiest plants that you can propagate from cuttings. Of course, you can propagate them from seed, but I want my genetically rosemary to pass on to the baby plants. So you can propagate rosemary probably all year round, but I do have two moments when I propagate them, and that one of them is in the early spring, somewhere around March, and then probably somewhere around April, but you can propagate them even in the summer. And what you have to do is just take one little cutting. You can take in the beginning of the spring, you can take larger, bigger cuttings, okay, taller, like something like, let me show you where I will find one, like this one. So what you have to do is just strip all these leaves on and plant it somewhere in a medium. I use half perlite, half peat moss. But in the beginning of the spring, when the temperatures are not that high, this cutting will not lose a lot of humidity. So it's just easy like that. You just stick this in a medium and just let it be. And now, after a couple of months, you will have this. So these were planted in the beginning of March. And as you can see, let me show you, I already have roots on these. So look at that root development, okay? So this is the easiest way you can propagate. And by the way, I use this method because I want my cuttings to have this full grown, just like this. Why? Because I'm doing topiary, as you can see here. So I'm doing rosemary topiary, and when I do it, I'm just going to use a cutting like this and just strip all the leaves, and when it's rooted, I will just let it grow and grow and grow, okay? So this is the easiest way you can propagate. But if you want to propagate it in May, even in May, April, May, or June, what will happen because of the heat and the rising temperatures, you will not be able to use a cutting like this. So what you'll have to do is just take a smaller cutting, just like this, and because this will be green over here and it's not going to be that hard, you will have to just take the top off, put it like this, and put it exactly the same in a medium with peat moss and perlite, but you will have to do another thing. You will have to cover it with a humidity dome. So these I planted somewhere around April, and I kept them under this humidity dome, and now I'm going to show you what happened. Exactly the same thing. As you can see, my cuttings were smaller, but you can propagate even stems that have, I can use them for topiary, or you can just prune them and you will have roots even on this plant. As you can see over here, I cannot do any topiary with this, and this will be just a rosemary bush, okay? So you will have to keep them under this humidity dome probably around 4 weeks, and then you will see the new roots. I'll just put this over here because right now, after this video, what I'll do, I'll just transplant these and the other ones and these ones because they need food. Over here, I only have peat moss and perlite, and that's just a propagation medium. It's having no food whatsoever. So now I'm going to transplant them into bigger pots where I will put something like half peat moss and half compost, okay? So they will need food, or if you want to use it, you can just use organic fertilizer, okay? I just use it from time to time. But rosemary is very easy to propagate, and as I told you, somewhere around 4 to 6 weeks you will have a new established plant, okay? So it's very easy. This is my rosemary after 5 years, and I will prune it probably this week, and the other one in front of the house that's been pruned last year, heavily pruned, and I have a clip about that, and there is no need for pruning that one hard. I'm just going to give it a little shape. But this one, because I didn't prune it hard, and I have this photinia over here, and it's putting a little bit of shadow over here, and my rosemary is not compact now and mound, so I'll have to give this beautiful tree a little bit of a prune, and then this rosemary, okay? So as I told you, rosemary is very, very easy to propagate. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, see you guys. Bye.